Good evening. I am Peter Barstow of Axis Deep, and tonight I'm here to introduce you to my new human-level robot assistant, Felix. He is great. He comes with a complete artificial intelligence package, meaning he essentially fulfills the capability of an actual human being. Not only does he look and talk naturally like a lot of the older models I'm sure you've all seen by now, but he moves naturally as well, which was a very difficult technical achievement. So, are you ready for this?
Yes.
Hello, Felix.
Oh, hello, Peter.
He's a little jumpy at first, but I promise he will get smoother as he warms up. His AI capabilities allow him to carry on a normal conversation, just like you or I. Felix, why don't you stand up and say hello to the audience?
Hello, audience. Everybody feeling groovy?
He uses idioms as well, from a certain era.
Wazza!
But he learns. You get the idea. Now, once this model orients to you, the owner, you can put him to work as your personal assistant, and he will be virtually indistinguishable from another human being. Isn't that right, Felix? Felix?
What?
See? Very, very good. Now, this model comes with many new capacities that are extremely marvelous, and one of its finest features I will demonstrate to you tonight. Ring! I'm getting a phone call right now. Excuse me.
One of the finest features is that if Peter is called away suddenly for an unexpected phone call or some other emergency, I can take over where he left off, saying exactly the same things he would say, using the same words, until the phone call ends.
Until the phone call ends and I'm able to step right back up, carry on the conversation as if nothing happened. This is a marvelous time-saving function. Isn't he so great?
Oh, thank you, Peter.
You're welcome, Felix. Now, did you guys catch that? I sure did. I am also going to tell you about one of Felix's great capabilities that will really blow your mind. Not only is he an intelligent robot, but Felix comes instilled with an artificial emotion program, meaning he can basically emulate true artificial human emotions. And this is what makes him so special.
Oh, that just makes me feel all warm inside.
You get the idea. Now, not only will this allow you to deal with the everyday situations, but also the more heightened situations when you lose your cool, like when the Astros won the World Series.
Astros rule!
There you go, you see? But more importantly, Felix takes on the negatives for you. Meaning, you don't have to deal with the nasty emotions that make life so difficult. Isn't that right, Lixie?
Yeah.
Now, let me tell you a story. There was this one time at work that I did something terrible. I fell asleep during a very important meeting. I know. Now, normally, I would be so racked with guilt that I would quit my job, change my name, and move to some place like Butte. But now, with Felix in my corner, taking the brunt of that for me, I don't feel that anymore. If that happens again, I just carry on with my day, go and have lunch with no remorse, no downside whatsoever.
So, as long as there's smooth social interactions, he can enjoy all the pleasures of that interaction. But if there's any difficulty, if there's any anger or regret, doubt, frustration that comes up, that's when I step in. For instance, we were doing a gig very much like this last week, only it paid better than this, when it got canceled at the last minute for no reason. I mean, that really hurt, because we hate rejection, right?
Well, no, not really.
You mean that didn't bug you?
No, not at all. I can take rejection all day now, and even if it did bother me, I've got Felix to take all that crap for me. Right, buddy?
Huh. Yeah. You know, with all the trouble we put into putting the arrangements together, yeah, that really pissed me off.
Yeah. Well, there you go. See, he sweeps up all the mess, and I'm able to just move on to the next form of business.
But then tell him what happened later that night.
Oh, yeah. Yes, when the car blew through the stop sign, knocked our bumper straight off. I remember that.
That was terrifying.
Well, not really. I mean, I thought it was quite entertaining. I mean, no one got hurt. Well, at least I got a charge out of it. But, do you see? This is how this works. I'm spared of any emotional difficulty. And since he's a machine, he takes it all for me. And we all know machines can't suffer, right?
Yeah, could have fooled me.
There you go. Perfect. Perfect. You see, it's not that the emotion is eradicated from the earth. It's that it's redirected. Why should we suffer any emotional difficulty when we can get a machine to do it for us? Isn't that right, Lacey? Well, because there was one time I remember the other night, we were giving a presentation just like this, and there was someone in the audience, so far you guys are all into it, but there was someone in the audience that hated us. He thought we were absolutely horrid.
Jesus, first I've heard of it. Who is that?
I'll give you a hint. This is great publicity, by the way. So after seeing our performance, he tweets this. Just saw the Felix presentation. Totally rigged. Those guys have no talent whatsoever. S-A-D, sad.
Oh, I recognize that syntax. You mean the president came to see our show?
There you go. But then, who cares?
Who cares? That guy's disgusting.
Well, sure. I disagree with most everything that Trump says, but that doesn't bother me anymore. That is his job.
Good for you. So, every day we get some new irritation. That really doesn't bug you?
Nope. Man.
Well, okay, so that stuff doesn't bother Peter, but I'll tell you, I feel every little sling and arrow. I know what you're thinking. That's what I'm programmed for. Get used to it, right? It's my job. Well, I do have to tell you that, it's not all bad. There are some good things that happen. I mean, that's one of the great things about working for such a brilliant guy. Ooh, that feels good. So, Peter, he tells great jokes. He's a good cook. He's great company. And obviously, he's a lot better looking than I am. Did you notice that, sweetheart? Oh, you did? Oh, there you go, huh? Thank you, man. That really made me feel good. So, it's not all misery and grief. There's a few benefits.
What are you doing? Oh, you hate to see that. Well, you won't see me so desperate that I have to romance a woman out of a captive audience. No. You won't see me being the loser.
Oh, loser? Who would call their partner a loser? You jerk.
Ow. Did you see that? What an improvement.
You're telling me that just because I channel your feelings, you don't feel anything?
No. Try me.
Well, what about that gig we did last week where the guy came up right to your face and said, "You're a terrible speaker"? I mean, God, that really hurt.
Well, it didn't bother me.
You mean that didn't bother you?
No, not at all.
God, an insult of a personal nature like that didn't bug you in the slightest
Not
bit?
one bit.
God, what kind of a stone-hearted guy are you? Oh, sorry, I take that back.
Not a problem, Felix. But did you all catch that? This is something great we could all benefit from. Immunity to emotional blackmail. All the abuses and epithets just roll off my back like water from a little homeless refugee.
Oh, jeez, come on. I'll tell you the problem with you. You're a brilliant guy, but you have no convictions.
Convictions?
Yeah, you don't believe in anything except efficiency and progress.
Oh, I see. Then yes, I do have convictions. I just will not be reduced to some pathetic, emotional puppet.
This is what I'm talking about. Those aren't convictions, those are conveniences.
Everywhere I go, I see people suffering, affected by this and that. But what is the point? What does that accomplish? It only makes it harder to operate. Life is hard enough. What is the point of feeling bad about it? With the right partner, everyone can be as strong and resilient as me.
Yeah, you know, sometimes looking at this, I think, wouldn't that be something? Just to be able to lay aside your emotions at a moment's notice.
Well, without emotion, there is no barrier to true reason. I have jettisoned my emotional baggage, and now I am truly in control of my life. And everyone could do it. You could free yourself. All you have to do is plug into your assistant, step out of your cage, and fly. What's keeping you?
Here, let me give you a hint. Emotion is one of the things that makes life worth living. Otherwise, you're just marking time until you die. God, it's what gives meaning to life is not what you accomplish on the outside, it's what you experience on the inside. What kind of a monster are you that you can't recognize that?
Oh, I see what you're saying, pal, but your petty emotional problems have no effect on me. I am above all that now. This is what pure intelligence looks like.
Hey, you son of a bitch, that's it. Oh, I was so close. He got me again. I'm so sorry. I was so close. Well, back to the drawing board.